An ornate envelope sealed with wax and bearing the emblem of a masked figure arrived. This mysterious invitation, promising an unforgettable evening of intrigue and allure, was from none other than the enigmatic Lord Montague. The grand estate of this elusive host was to be the setting for a spectacle that had the city buzzing with excitement. The Midnight Masquerade, as it was known, was to be an event like no other. The very mention of the masquerade had the city humming with anticipation. The promise of mystery, the allure of the unknown, was a tantalizing thought that thrummed through the cobblestone streets and echoed off the ancient walls. The city was cloaked in a palpable energy that was both electric and exhilarating. As the day of the masquerade approached, there was hardly a whisper that did not revolve around the impending event. The city's inhabitants donned their finest attire, their most elaborate masks, all eager to partake in this much-anticipated event. The masks were as varied as they were elaborate, feathers and lace, jewels and gold, each one a unique work of art, each one a carefully constructed disguise. As the city's bells echoed the arrival of midnight, the guests, their identities concealed behind their masks, made their way to the sprawling mansion of Lord Montague. The mansion, bathed in the soft glow of candlelight, stood as a beacon in the night, its grandeur a testament to its owner's wealth and stature. The haunting melody of a violin echoed through the mansion's opulent halls, a siren's call drawing the guests in. The anticipation was thick, almost tangible, as each guest stepped into the mansion, their hearts echoing the rhythm of the violin. The mansion's doors opened to welcome its guests, the anticipation reaching a fever pitch. The guests, their hearts beating in sync with the haunting violin melody, stepped into the world of Lord Montague, a world of enigma and intrigue. As the clock struck midnight, the guests arrived at the sprawling mansion, greeted by the haunting melody of a violin echoing through the halls. The air was thick with excitement and mystery as guests mingled behind their elaborate masks. The grandeur of the mansion was breathtaking, yet a shroud of unease seemed to hang in the air. Majestic crystal chandeliers swung gently from the ceiling, casting an ethereal glow over the masked figures below, their identities concealed behind intricate designs of feathers, lace, and precious gems. As the night wore on, the mansion began to reveal its secrets. Doors that once opened to grand ballrooms now only led to ominous, empty corridors. Windows that should have offered views of the moonlit gardens were mysteriously shrouded in darkness. The mansion was a labyrinth of unending enigma, its walls whispering tales of mystery and intrigue. Whispers began to circulate among the guests, each one more chilling than the last. Tales of strange occurrences, rumors of hidden chambers, and speculation about the mansion's enigmatic host, Lord Montague, filled the air. Some suggested he was a recluse with a taste for the macabre, while others whispered of dark curses and vengeful spirits haunting the mansion's halls. The whispers grew louder, more persistent, stoking a flame of curiosity within the guests. Each strange occurrence, each unexplained phenomenon, only served to fan the flames higher. The mansion was a puzzle, a riddle wrapped in an enigma, and the guests were determined to unravel it. Despite the growing unease, the guests pressed on. The thrill of the unknown, the allure of the mystery was too powerful to resist. The grand estate, with its sprawling corridors and hidden chambers, was a tantalizing labyrinth of secrets waiting to be discovered. But with each step they took, each door they opened, they delved deeper into the shadows. They were drawn into the heart of the mansion's mysteries, into the heart of the darkness. The whispers grew louder, the rumors more chilling, the secrets more sinister. Yet the guests were undeterred. They were driven by a burning curiosity, a desire to uncover the truth that lay hidden within the mansion's walls. Unnerved but intrigued, the guests pressed on, whispers of ancient curses and vengeful spirits echoing in their minds. Each step brought them closer to the truth, closer to the heart of the mansion's mysteries. But as they would soon discover, some secrets are better left buried deep within the shadows. As the evening reached its crescendo, the guests found themselves drawn to the grand ballroom. The air was thick with the enticing aroma of a lavish feast that lay before them. Delicacies fit for royalty graced the tables, their opulence a stark contrast to the underlying sense of dread that was beginning to take hold. There was a sharp intake of breath as a chilling realization began to dawn. The guests, once so eager to partake in the evening's festivities, were trapped. The grandeur of the mansion had turned into a gilded cage. The ornate doors that once welcomed them now stood as immovable barriers. The windows that should have displayed the moonlit gardens were mysteriously obscured, leaving them ensnared in a world of uncertainty. Panic began to ripple through the crowd, like the first ominous notes of a symphony foretelling a tragic finale. The whispers grew louder, the fear more palpable. Eyes darted and hearts pounded as they searched desperately for a means of escape. But every door was locked, every window sealed shut. The once lively chatter was replaced by a deafening silence as they grappled with their predicament. Their masked faces revealed nothing but their eyes. Those windows to the soul screamed terror. They were like mice in a maze, frantically scurrying to find an exit that didn't exist. The grand ballroom, once the epitome of elegance and opulence, now transformed into a sinister stage where their fears played out. The haunting melody of the violin echoed through the halls, no longer a soothing serenade, but a chilling reminder of their entrapment. Desperation began to claw at their composure, each tick of the clock amplifying the dread that filled the air. The feast, once a symbol of celebration, now served as a bitter reminder of their grim predicament. The reality of their situation was as unpalatable as the fear that gnawed at their minds. With each passing moment, the tension mounted, and fear threatened to consume them all. A brave few dared to confront Lord Montague himself, their masks hiding their fear. In the heart of the mansion, under the watchful gaze of countless portraits, they stood before their elusive host. Their hearts pounded in their chests, echoing the ticking of the grand clock in the silent hall. Their voices, once filled with merriment, now held a note of desperation. "Lord Montague," they began, their words echoing in the grandeur of the hall, "we demand to know the truth. What is happening in this mansion? Why are we trapped?" Their questions hung in the air, a challenge to the enigmatic figure before them, a plea for answers. But Lord Montague, draped in shadows and mystery, offered no immediate response. The silence stretched out, a tangible thing, heavy and suffocating. It was as though the very walls held their breath, waiting for the Lord's answer. Finally he spoke, his voice resonating through the silence, as cold and detached as the stone walls around them. "In every tale there is a price to be paid," he began, his words weaving a chilling narrative. "A sacrifice to be made. This mansion, it has its own stories, its own demands." His cryptic responses only served to deepen the mystery. "Are we the sacrifices?" someone dared to ask. "Are we part of this mansion's story now?" The questions were met with a chilling laugh that ricocheted off the walls, a sound devoid of humor. Lord Montague's mask did nothing to hide the coldness in his eyes as he replied, "Isn't that the question of the hour?" His cryptic words hung in the air, a chilling reminder of their predicament. Desperation clung to the brave few as they sought answers, but each question was met with riddles. Each plea for understanding met with cryptic responses that did nothing to assuage their fears. But the host remained elusive, his masked visage betraying no hint of emotion as he cryptically spoke of sacrifices and ancient rituals. The confrontation with Lord Montague had only deepened the mystery, the truth slipping further away with each passing moment. The guests were left with more questions than answers, their fear growing with each tick of the grand clock. With time running out, the guests banded together, determined to uncover the truth. A sense of unity forged in the crucible of fear, the guests embarked on a desperate search, their every step echoing through the mansion's eerily silent halls. They began to explore the mansion, probing its many rooms and corridors. They scrutinized every painting, every piece of furniture, every book on the shelves, seeking clues that might unravel the enigma of the Midnight Masquerade. Their efforts were not in vain. Hidden compartments sprang open, revealing cryptic notes, ancient artifacts, and maps that hinted at secret passages within the mansion's walls. As they delved deeper, they uncovered tales of old, stories intertwined with the mansion's history. They spoke of a lineage tainted with tragedy, a curse born from a blood feud that spanned generations. They spoke of a pact with entities from realms unseen, of rituals performed under the cloak of night. These discoveries, as fascinating as they were, only served to deepen the mystery. In the midst of their search, they stumbled upon a room untouched by time. It was a shrine of sorts, dedicated to a masked figure eerily similar to the emblem on their invitations. The walls were adorned with cryptic symbols, and at the center stood an altar, an ancient tome laid bare, its pages filled with incantations and rites of old. A chill ran down their spines as they realized the implication of their discovery. The deeper they ventured into the mansion's secrets, the more daunting their journey became. Each new revelation only added layers to the mystery, each clue a piece of an intricate puzzle. But the guests were relentless, driven by a desperate need to escape the mansion's clutches. But with every step closer to the truth, they felt an increasing sense of dread. The mansion's secrets were dark, its history steeped in tragedy and terror. Unsettling whispers filled the air, and the guests could not shake off the feeling of being watched. They soon realized that the price of uncovering the truth may be greater than they could ever imagine. As the clock struck the witching hour, the mansion fell silent, its secrets buried deep. The air was thick with tension and fear, a tangible dread that wrapped around each guest like a shroud. The once lively chatter and laughter had been replaced with hushed whispers and the sound of quickened breaths. In the heart of the grand ballroom, the guests huddled together, their faces pale, their eyes wide with terror. They were trapped, a chilling realization that had turned the once enchanting masquerade into a sinister trap. The whispers of ancient curses and vengeful spirits no longer seemed like mere rumors, but a horrifying reality they were living. The once grand feast, now long forgotten, sat untouched on the tables, the lavish delicacies now a haunting reminder of their plight. The haunting melody of the violin had been replaced by the deafening silence, the only sound being the ticking of the large grandfather clock, each tick echoing the passing of time, each tock a reminder of their looming fate. Despite the paralyzing fear, a sense of resolve began to take hold, a shared determination to face the unknown, to confront their fears and uncover the truth hidden within the mansion's walls. The guests, once strangers hidden behind masks, now stood together, united in their desperation to escape the clutches of the Midnight Masquerade. As they ventured into the mansion's dark corridors, each creaking door and shadowy corner seemed to harbor untold horrors. The mansion had transformed into a labyrinth of deceit, its once grandeur now a facade for the sinister secrets it held. They knew that the price of uncovering the truth might be high, yet they pressed on, driven by their will to survive. And as dawn broke over the horizon, the guests emerged from the darkness, forever changed by their harrowing ordeal at the Midnight Masquerade. The mansion's secrets were left behind, buried deep within its walls, a chilling reminder of the night they would never forget. The Midnight Masquerade was over, but its echoes would forever haunt them. The sun rose, casting a soft light over the grand estate of Lord Montague. The once haunting mansion, now bathed in the gentle morning glow, seemed almost serene. Yet the echoes of the night's macabre dance still hung in the air, a chilling reminder of the harrowing ordeal that had unfolded within its ancient walls. The guests, now unmasked, faced the dawn with a mix of relief and lingering unease. They had survived the Midnight Masquerade, but at what cost? The night's events had left them shaken, their minds teeming with unanswered questions and haunting images. The grandeur of the mansion, the opulence of the feast, the eerie silence of the witching hour, all were now tainted by the sinister secrets that lay beneath the facade. Some guests stared blankly into the distance, their eyes reflecting the horror and confusion they had endured. Others exchanged hushed whispers, their voices trembling with the weight of the truths they had uncovered. The joviality and anticipation that had once filled their hearts was now replaced by a profound sense of unease. The Midnight Masquerade had turned out to be more than just a night of mystery and intrigue. It was a night of fear, a night of revelations, a night that had forever imprinted its mark on their souls. As they left the grand ballroom, their footsteps echoed through the silent corridors, each step a stark contrast to the frenzied chaos of the night before. The once vibrant rooms, now devoid of laughter and merriment, held an eerie silence that was almost deafening. The grand estate of Lord Montague, once a symbol of allure and fascination, now stood as a chilling testament to the night's terrifying ordeal. Yet, amidst the turmoil, a sense of camaraderie had emerged. The guests, once strangers hidden behind masks, had banded together in their quest for survival. Their shared experience had fostered a bond, a silent understanding that transcended the spoken word. They had faced their fears together, braved the unknown, and emerged stronger on the other side. As they left the mansion, the guests carried with them not just memories of a night filled with fear and intrigue, but a haunting reminder that some mysteries are better left unsolved. The Midnight Masquerade was over, but its echo would linger, a chilling whisper in the wind, a shadow in the corner of their eyes, a ghostly memory that would forever haunt their dreams. The grand estate of Lord Montague, now bathed in the morning light, held its secrets close, its mysteries veiled behind its grand facade, forever a reminder of the unforgettable Midnight Masquerade.